Mic check. 1 2. Check 1 2.
Mic check.
Live? Are we live?
Should be.
Dang,
Should be ready to roll now.
it's 5:30 already. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Can I come here? Let me know if you're joining us on Facebook. Also, we're on YouTube, and I think now we're on Sound. I was
Spotify.
gonna say SoundCloud,
Should be on Spotify, Amazon Music,
Amazon
and
Music,
iHeartRadio.
all that good stuff. And welcome to another episode of the Certified Podcast,
Episode 7.
episode 7. Nice sound effects. Let's get it.
All right.
So,
So,
so you want to go into it? Are we? I mean, I know we got a late start, but are we good to go? What do you have drinking? What are you drinking here?
water.
Th- This is
Water and
mine.
Red Bull. Yeah.
Where's the cheers? The Certified Podcast. We cover a lot of information relating to getting involved in a car accident, from dealing with the insurance, uh, the used parts, the repair process, the good, the bad, and everything in between. It's gotten a little bit more. Now, I wouldn't say complicated. It's got a little bit more. Uh, I guess I don't know how to describe that. How would you describe, like, because like back in the day, like to make a claim, it wasn't like as big of a deal. Now you know what it was. Okay, back in the day, what happened was uh, the insurance companies were a little bit more. They were a little bit more flexible on like what they were paying. That's what it was, because uh, this is like I'm talking about 10 years ago. Whenever you made a claim, so they had actually had adjusters that were trained adjusters. So like these guys went to like school to understand the collision repair process, and so these were actually like expert, you know, guys that knew what they were doing. So they would go write these estimates, and what was happening is they were writing really good estimates. And so the insurance company they said, why are we writing these very good estimates? Because what they did was they ran like they did some studies, and they figured out that like 85% of people that got a claim weren't getting the car fixed.
They're keeping that money.
They're keeping the money, dude. And so the insurance companies they looked at that information. They said, why are we writing accurate estimates when these people aren't fixing their car anyway? Let's just write a lowball estimate, and we'll actually keep all that money. So it's gotten a little bit more. Uh, I think what it is, they've gotten a little bit more. They gotten a lot creative on their strategies to save money. And what kind of is messed up is like it doesn't really benefit the customer on what they're doing. So I guess that's why it's important to have a repair shop that and you can work with, because they're the ones that are gonna be the ones like going up and dealing with these guys. You know what I mean? Because uh, dude, I mean we've kind of heard, we've dealt with a lot of customers where they're like, I've been calling the insurance companies for 3 weeks and they haven't got back to me. Like for example, that one Mazda we're doing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the girl's like, I've been calling them, they don't reply, and she's like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I'm just gonna drive it like that, And I'm like, no, like, like, just give it some time. Like, we gotta keep bugging them, and eventually they're gonna reply. And so, that's just an example. And like, I mean, you know, I don't know if you remember. Did you know everything that happened with the Mazda?
Not fully.
Okay, so apparently, like, she was driving, and like she ran over like a tire or something, right?
Hmm.
But when she ran over the tire, like it kind of messed up her bumper, it broke her fog lights, and whenever it flexed the bumper, it popped off the flares. Had like some wheel, like not truck flares, but like
Yeah.
fender flares or whatever. And so the car was parked for several months because she was like, man, I don't have time to deal with it right now, you know. Um, so what she did was she just kind of simply like sent the photos to the insurance company. They sent her a check for like I think like $600 or something like dumb, right? And and she contacted us. She's like, "Hey, I need to get my car fixed. The insurance already gave me the check." And I said, "Did they give you a copy of the estimate?" And she's like, "No, like there's no estimate." She goes, "All they did was gave me a check for $600." I said, "Well, if they gave you an estimate, I mean, if they gave you a check, that means that they had to have wrote an estimate because they're paying you. They give the checks based off of the estimate that they wrote,
Mm-hmm.
right?" And so she's like, "No, they didn't. They didn't provide one." And so I said, "Okay, let me see if I can get a copy of that estimate." Well, it took us like almost 2 weeks to get the copy of the estimate, right? And and the damage that was on the vehicle, like it wasn't really on the estimate. So I called the guy. I had to send him an email. I says, "Hey, uh, there's additional damage on the vehicle that is on the estimate." So so it's done, dude. Like I sent them over the additional damage, right? And the lady calls me. She's like, "Hey, we're not gonna approve that additional damage." And I was like, "Well, why not?" And she's like, "Because I don't think it's related." Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, "Okay, like, uh, so we're going based off of like your opinion now, or
Yeah.
what? Like, what's up with this, right?" And she's like, "Well, I just don't feel like that's part of the damage because I don't see how the left flare would have came off if she ran on the tire, if she ran over it and the right side's messed up too." And so she was trying to like make this like judgment call like without even know, like I don't know, it's kind of dumb, right? And so she goes, plus the gaps on the bumper and the hood and the fender, they don't look the same, right? And I said, okay, and so she's doing all this through photos,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Not even seeing it in
She's doing
person.
all this through photos, right? And so I said, like, how are you measuring the gaps? And she's like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, how are you, like, you're telling me that the gaps are not the same, but how are you measuring them? And she's like, well, I'm looking at the photos. And I said, so you're just making that's your opinion, right? And so she got
Yeah.
quiet. She's like, yeah, you know what? That's just my opinion. She's like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna have to transfer you to this other guy because he's the one that's gonna be able to let you know what we can do on this, right? Anyway, long story short, they approved the additional damage, right? Uh, they well, I had to send another one, so I did 3 supplements, dude, to kind of get everything covered. So, but that took us like, dude, like almost like 3 or 4 weeks, you know. So I mean, these insurance companies, I mean, they're something else. I understand it's a business; they're trying to they're trying to save money, but if you're just a customer of theirs and you're trying to just you're hoping that, hey, I have a good insurance company, I pay a lot of money, they're gonna take care of me, like that's not always the case, like because they're a business, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and they're trying to look at it from like
Profit.
their profit. How can we make the most out of this deal? Anyway,
What's the
so
longest you had a vehicle in the shop for?
let me see. Probably like I mean during COVID, dude. I mean COVID kind of screwed up a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff was back ordered.
Oh, supply issue.
Yeah, like so like you would order parts, right? And there would be like there's no ETA, like there's no estimated time you're gonna get it. And so it was like, it could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be next year. Like we don't have an exact date, a delivery date for these parts. And so that was pretty much like a lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff kind of just was just sitting there, because I know we're doing a police unit, the Tahoe, like the one we got.
Mm-hmm.
That was there for like about 6 months
Oh
because we
wow.
couldn't find a hood for it. Like we couldn't find a hood nowhere. They were back ordered. Even the headlight was back ordered. That we couldn't find a headlight nowhere, dude, for that Tahoe. It was all back ordered.
Did you see? I believe it was Toyota. Their Tundra. doors were back ordered for like, and they're right now. The estimated delivery date would be October.
Yeah, that's like that's that's still happening right now. Like there's a lot of back order stuff. I'm not sure why that's happening, but you know, you just got it. So like with us, like we kind of make sure that uh, we just got to make sure that we call up ahead of time and see what the availability is on that. You know,
Yeah.
but so now, I mean, hold on real quick. Let me. But see, dude, like with the insurance companies, they don't use factory parts.
Hmm.
So like the ones that we've had back orders were gonna be like the fleet accounts, like the city, the police department, you know, like HEB, the Chick-fil-A, like those are the ones like they're like, hey, just get the parts, get them here quick. We need them fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The insurance companies, the insurance companies, uh, they want to use all these used parts.
Trying to cut costs again.
Yeah, they're just trying to cut costs, but they're able to do that, dude. Like, hold on, let me just finish getting this text. I was watching because we stay pretty up to date with what's going on in the collision world, right? As far as like uh what's going on with the insurance companies with the diminished value thing, the diminished value thing, like um pretty much all that stuff that's going on, right? And so, hold on, Joseph text me real quick. What was I saying?
Keeping up to date with what's going on in
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
industry.
So we'll get on like I'm on the board with like the collision magazines and stuff, and we'll kind of get on a call, and we'll talk about like different things that are going on in the industry. And I know like I know that there's a so with the insurance companies, like whenever you sign their policy, uh, you're allowing them to share your information.
Yeah.
Like, but like with travel companies, with all these like
Third party sites.
yeah, third party sites. So they're kind of collecting all your data, and then they're selling all your data to I mean, dude, they're making money, dude. Like they're making money.
That's how you get all those scam calls and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Hey, so if you're watching us on Facebook, thank you for watching. It's a certified podcast. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. We will answer your questions. I mean, you want to be prepared. I mean, whenever you have an accident, and today I'm going to share with you what to avoid when you get in an accident. What to avoid when you get in an accident. But go ahead, you start your thing. We have some certified news or what?
I was just gonna give them a quick rundown what we're gonna be talking about today.
Go for it.
So, like Stan said, what to avoid when you get into an accident. Then we're gonna go into types of insurance claims. Then we're gonna go into our news segment, and then we're gonna talk about hydrogen vehicles. You wanna start your thing?
Yeah, we can get into that. So I got some notes here.
Some common mistakes people make.
We decided to get some notes because
We're professional.
professionals. No, we wanted to make sure that we didn't forget anything, and a lot of times we'll start talking, and then we start talking about other things, and we get off subject. Okay, so look, this is some of the common mistakes after an accident that you can avoid. Leaving the scene before the police arrive, and we're seeing this more and more. Like people get in an accident, and they'll say, "Hey, the other person said they'll pay out of pocket," and so they I don't all I did was got his number and his name, right, and they go different ways. The person has to go get estimates or trying to. It's a mess, dude. Like you don't want to like as much as you know. Insurance premiums are high, and people are like, "Man, I'm trying to say I don't want my insurance to go up. Can you please help me out?" Like when it comes to getting your vehicle repaired, You don't want to like cut corners on that, dude. Like because they're not gonna want to pay what it costs to get your vehicle fixed right. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and the thing is, like, people, like, what I've noticed now a lot is like people are let's say they get in an accident, right? And they're like, hey, uh, this person hit my car. They agree to pay out of pocket. Uh, and I kind of looked online to see how much the headlight was, or the hood, or the bumper, and the bumper's only like $89, or it's only like 125, right? But what they don't realize is that's an aftermarket bumper, and it's not gonna fit worth like crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like we don't even like that's just crap because uh you're buying it for really low cheap. The quality's gonna be cheap. It's not gonna fit right.
It's gonna come rolled up.
It's gonna come rolled up. It's gonna be hard to return it if it is damaged. Uh, and so like you don't even want to get into that, So like I said, don't leave the scene before the police arrive. Make sure you make a police report, and make sure you get the information from everybody that's there. Get as much information as you can, right? And that goes to the next one. Don't forget to collect the other party's insurance information. Get all that information that you need from them, uh, to make sure that you're able to make a claim if you have to. If you get even if like even if it's like, hey, like, I want to pay out of pocket, okay, but I still need your information,
Yeah.
you know, as a backup, in case you don't pay it, because I don't want it to be too high, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna pay that, you know. Uh, I'll share with you a situation, right? So, a while back, this lady, she was picking up her daughter, right? Uh, Another lady that they kind of know banked into her car, right? They both kind of knew each other, right? Okay. They weren't like friends, but they both knew each other because of the event they were at or whatever, right? And and so they got out of the car. The other lady says, "Hey, you know what? I'm really sorry. Like, I want to pay to fix it. I'll pay to fix it. Like, I just don't want to make a claim because we haven't had any claims. Our insurance is good. We don't want to mess it up, right?" So the other lady's like, "You know what? That's fine. It doesn't look that bad, right? Okay, it doesn't look that bad." So the next day, uh, the lady calls the other lady that hit her. Says, "Hey, how are we gonna go about doing this, right?" And so the lady's like, "We'll go get some estimates, and then we'll kind of go with the best estimate, right?" Okay. Well, then the lady goes out and gets estimates, right? So the estimates, I mean, any minor repair, like uh, let's just say you have to put the front fender on a vehicle, right? If you have to replace the front fender, paint it, blend it or whatever, you're looking at like about 15 to 2,000
Yeah.
minimum, right? Okay, if it's like headlight, grill, you're gonna be it's gonna be a little higher. So everything's gonna start probably like 1,000 up, 15 up, no matter what. It's gonna start about 15 up, right? So long story short, she went and got the estimates. She sent them to the other lady, right? She's like, "Oh well, I think that's too much." She's like, "What do you mean? Like, I went and got three estimates. What do you mean? Go get some more. Let's see if we can find a better one, right?" And so then, uh, the lady's husband started getting involved. "Hey, you know what? My friend has a shop over here off of Agnes, and go over there and tell him I sent you." And what? So now, like, this lady's having to go to all these places that she don't even know, right? She don't even feel comfortable with, just to get an estimate to kind of to cater to this person that doesn't want to pay. You understand? So, and now this lady's like stuck because she's like, "Man, like, I can't make a claim now because I didn't get her information.
Yeah.
I can't like ask her for her information now because she's definitely not gonna get it to me, and I don't want to piss her off because then she's gonna ghost me. So like she's like she's stuck.
I had that happen before.
Oh, what happened?
I was leaving class. So I was walking out in the parking lot,
Mm.
and somebody pulled in too fast in the spot behind me, and they tapped my car. and there wasn't really any damage on the plastic. It was you could see the indent from their license plate,
Mm.
and so I got his phone number and name, and he ran off. He just ran to class, so I called the police. Police were like, "It's under a certain value. We're not gonna
Yeah.
make a report." And so I didn't have any of his information, so I was calling and texting him, and I was trying to get his insurance information. I don't think he had insurance.
Yeah.
The way he was avoiding me, and he was like, "I'll send you $200." I was like, "Go to Subaru website, look at the
Yeah.
bumper. It's 350." I was like, "For the part, then you got the labor, because all the sensors that are
Yeah. Yeah.
connected to the bumper, gotta take it all apart, then put it back on." I was like, "I'm not doing that. The shop has to do that." I was like, "It's not $200."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Just give me your insurance information. It'll be easier." And he's like, "Well, I don't want both our rates to go up." I was like, "Bro, you hit me. You hit up our
Yeah.
car." I was like, "I wasn't even in the car."
So that's where people get confused. Like for example, he's like, hey, I found a bumper online,
Yeah.
right? What he's gonna be like, what year's your car?
Hmm.
Oh, it's a 2023 Subaru, right? He goes, well, all right, I found one online. It's only $220, but he's just looking at the price of the bumper.
Yeah.
He's not looking at the paint, the labor, like the quality of it. So by the time you get that part, you paint it, you put it on, you take the other one off. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be additional damage. Like it's not gonna be $220.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be a minimum of $1,000. You know, after you paint and all this other stuff. That's where people get confused because they don't think the labor is a lot. You know, but you know these vehicles now, like you know, they're time consuming.
Especially if you're getting skilled labor versus like an amateur.
Yeah, I mean, the
You don't want
certain
your paint
things.
not matching.
Yeah, like to take the bumper off. I mean, you got to take out all the bottom, the guards on the bottom. You have to take off the wheel liners. If there's flares on it, the grill, like it's a little process. Then you got to paint it. Like it's a lot of stuff. So look, let me get back into this. Failing to get medical treatment for your injuries. So like if you have any kind of injuries, like just make sure you get those checked out. Not notifying your insurance company of the crash, admitting at fault. So you never want to admit that it was your fault. Um, you know, you never want to say, "Oh, it was my," whatever. Not taking photos at the scene. So don't leave the scene without taking photos of everything. Like even if you can get witnesses, like get witnesses, get as much information as possible.
Get the witnesses' information.
Yeah, get the witnesses' information. Um, get their email, if you can.
You could
Uh,
also get the name and badge number of the cop that responds.
oh yeah, get all that. All that helps. Uh, okay, posting on social media. So this is something like that you got to be careful for because a lot of people, let's say they get in a wreck, right? The first thing they do is they get out of the car and they take a picture of it and they'll post it on their Facebook, right? What's gonna happen is everybody's gonna start replying. Are you okay? Are you okay? What's going on? Whatever, whatever. Call me, whatever. And if they reply, yes, I'm okay, I'm fine, don't worry about me or whatever, you know, they don't really know if they're hurt until the next day. It's kind of like working out. Like you go to the gym, you're gonna work out all hard, but you're not gonna feel sore to the next day or the following day.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with the auto accident. Like you're not gonna know, how your back feels. You're not gonna know anything until the day after or the following day. So you don't want to like put yourself out there that you're okay and everything like this because you know what, like, uh, what's crazy is like check this out. We uh we I don't want to get too much off subject, but we were doing this vehicle, dude. We were doing this vehicle, and the customer was like, that damage it wasn't there. It wasn't there, right? And I was talking to the insurance guy. I was like, dude, like the guy's claiming that the damage wasn't there. It's from the accident. He's like, well, I don't see how that's possible. This and that. He's like, we're gonna do some investigating, right? I don't know if he was telling a lie or not, but he came back and he goes, "Hey, we're gonna deny it." And I was like, what evidence do you have to deny it?" And he's like, "Well, we have access to Google Maps."
Uh huh.
And I guess he said they like Google. I don't know, dude. He might be fucking bullshit. He said he Google mapped it and like they were able to pull up images of that vehicle and like see if there was damage was there, and it was like I don't know if that's true or not, but anyway, so that's just maybe that's just him being ridiculous. But give a recorded statement to the other driver's insurance. So make sure you don't because if the other person let's just say we get in an accident, right? Okay, and and that person calls their insurance, right? And he gives them your information. Uh, their insurance is going to reach out to you to try to get a statement. Hey, what happened? Tell us what your side of the story, whatever, right? I would avoid that till you really figure out like what the plan is, and that's gonna be, of course, working with the shop, dude. You have to work with the shop to make sure that y'all have a game plan.
Yeah.
Is it? Let's just say if I got in an accident with you, right? Okay, let's say that you made a claim on my insurance, right? I'm gonna go to the shop and I'm like, hey, this is what happened. This is and make sure that it was actually your fault because maybe it wasn't your fault. Like you don't know the road the all the rules on the road, or you mean like
Yeah.
maybe like this guy did something that caused you to swerve or whatever. Like so you want to avoid giving a statement, uh, accepting the first settlement offer. So a lot of insurance companies they try to do this. Like they'll call you and be like, hey. We have a settlement amount for this amount. Uh, we'll send you payment right now. Matter of fact, we'll wire it to your bank. If you give me your bank, it'll be in there tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna send you this paper to sign. Well, baby, basically that paper is saying that you're settling it
Yeah.
for whatever they give you. So you don't want to settle. You want to be avoid that. Avoid signing any kind of settlement papers or agreeing on the first settlement offer. This happens a lot whenever a vehicle is a total loss. They'll get a call and be like, "Hey, this is our settlement amount," and you could dispute it. You could be like, "Hey, you know what? Like, no, I actually just bought some new tires, and the interior was not." You can dispute it to maybe get more money. You know what I mean? So that's some of the things that I want to share about common mistakes after an accident you can avoid. What else you got?
Um, Types of insurance claims.
Well, there's gonna be the collision. I think
Hmm.
we talked about this last time. The collision claim. If you're gonna file under your insurance, right, it's gonna be if it's your fault. So you're texting and driving, you hit someone, they say, hey, it was your fault. You were texting and driving. You're not gonna give a statement. You're gonna wait, right? Make the police report. You have to exchange information, right? Uh, and let's say you want to get your vehicle fixed, but you have to make a claim on your insurance. You're gonna call and say, "Hey, I want to make a claim on my insurance. It was actually my fault, right?" And it's gonna fall under a collision claim. Okay, that's one of them, right? The other one is comprehensive, right? So comprehensive is gonna be like if if I would say maybe you hit a dog or a tree fell, hail damage, uh, windstorm. I mean, even like I think like a vandalism, even like a flood, maybe those will fall under comprehensive. Okay, then you have uninsured motorist. Uninsured motorist is like if your car's sitting outside and someone sideswipes you, and they drove off. You can make a claim under uninsured motorist of that, right? Then there's liability. So liability basically is like the cheapest. Liability is the minimum insurance you can have in the state of Texas. Like that's all you need. Okay, and basically what that does that covers the other car. So if you had liability on your Subaru, that means it doesn't cover you. It just covers the other person.
Hmm.
So like if you hit someone, your insurance will fix their car, but you're gonna be in a
Yeah.
wrecked car. That's the basic coverage you need, right? But the thing with that is like if you have a lien on your vehicle, uh, if you have a lien on it, the bank requires you to have full coverage. They don't require that you have to have gap, but you always want to have the gap insurance in case you owe more than your vehicle than what you have finance,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you owe more than what the vehicle is worth. That remaining gap, you want to make sure you get that covered it, because if not, uh, you will have to pay that. You will be stuck with that bill, and it's going to be harder to get a vehicle.
Okay. Time for the news segment. Edgars have been banned in San Antonio.
I think we need to get a new the news thing.
You think
It
so?
just sounds like Anchorman.
Still never seen the movie. Did you see that?
What?
Edgar's and banned
Oh
a
yeah, I
bar
saw
in San
something like that.
Antonio.
I saw something like that.
Yeah, so it turns out it's just a meme that a bar posted. El Camino SA cocktail bar in San
Mhm.
Antonio,
Where's that located at?
downtown.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So they posted a meme with the face like an Edgar, with the circle and the cross out, and they're like, no Edgars, and people took it seriously. And because people took it seriously, there was one restaurant that was offering anybody with an Edgar haircut
Yeah.
a discount, and then there's a mural painted on the side of a building.
Edgar?
Yeah,
Is that? I wonder if how did that come about? I wonder how.
it started a while ago. If
Yeah.
you like before COVID, I
Yeah.
remember seeing it on TikTok. It's a social media thing.
What did they say?
No chemical.
What does that mean?
I don't even know.
Well, I know like cuz means like cut, like
Yeah,
cuz, like cuz. But what does he say?
I don't even know. Bro, I think they just start repeating it. I don't even think.
Maybe Google it. Say the whole thing.
No chemical. Protequachica.
Well, I know that the quach is like what?
My dog. My
Oh,
grandpa.
huh?
My grandpa will be sitting on the couch and he'll be watch it, and he'll be petting my dog. Watch it.
Yeah. Look it up. Let's see what that actually means. So we
No,
get this
there's
right.
a song.
But like type it in and say what is this? What does that mean?
So Google Translate say it
Yeah.
doesn't burn, but
I wonder what that means. He's gonna look it up for us, and we're gonna get down to the facts on this. See what the hell this really means.
Urban Dictionary is saying that it's about their trucks because typically Edgars are in their Silverados.
I thought they drive Fords.
No, they drive Chevys. It's saying that their truck cannot do a burnout, so it's not 2-wheel drive. So that's kind of their thing.
What?
So they'll be like driving up, and then they're like street stuff, like racing or whatnot,
Uh,
and telling them to do a burnout, and they're like, no, chemical, like it can't do a burnout.
oh, okay. So what does it say? No quema.
No chemo, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it can't burn.
Oh, and they can't burn. No
Yeah.
chemicals. Oh,
Now you get it.
yeah. Okay, yeah, because they're in the truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's that one meme of the Edgar driving. Um, as somebody who doesn't have hair, what are your thoughts on the the haircut?
Man, they gotta make sure that I don't know. I guess it's just like a style. I guess that's the thing. I guess because I think I mean like my thing like when I was growing up, I think ours was like the South Side fade. You know, like the South Side fade.
I don't think so.
Like it was like it wasn't it was like a ball fade.
Oh,
Let me see.
please don't tell me it's this.
No, it wasn't that. Let me see. Yeah, that like that. That was like a Southside
Like this
fade.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just like a bald fade.
Showed it. Show it.
Bald fade took a lot off the back.
Let's see. Does it show? Yeah. But we would even get like the designs on it.
Oh, I know, like the
Let me
line.
see. Puts out a ball fade with designs.
Yeah, I've seen those.
But I guess that was because the music. Like the type of music back then.
Probably. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
People still do that now.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. But what a lot of it had to do with the music because like the Edgar thing. I think that's because of the music, like the style of music now. Because everybody listens to like what
Peso
is
Pluma.
yeah, but what is that style of music though? That's not like it's not Latin.
No, it's let me see.
But there's like another a group.
It says that Peso Pluma does Sonola style.
Sonola. What is that? Oh, Grupo Frontera.
Oh, Frontera.
Frontera. What style of music is that? But I think that's where the haircut came from.
Nortendo Cumbias.
Norteño.
Yeah. It just says like alternative type,
Oh, that makes sense. Like it's a norteño, like oh, okay, it is. It is.
alternative indie type music.
Well, it's not. It's not indie.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
they.
Have you heard it? You've heard it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Like it's like a norteño cumbia music. That's
Well,
what.
I think we're lagging. It looks the same. Look,
Now we got you look at Edgar now.
you put it on.
Huh?
We can tell the difference of you. Come on, take your hat off.
Where the whole?
No,
Let me see. Let me see.
I gotta get the SpongeBob sound.
Let me see.
Put the King Neptune's bald. I
Let me see.
think that's the
Oh,
front.
this is the back, right?
Right.
This? Does it look better?
Dude, now you just look like a mom,
Huh?
like a soccer mom with the bob.
You can't really see it because the
I
background.
know. How did it feel like having hair?
I was gonna say, what does it say? No quema,
Yeah, no,
no quema.
And now, lastly, for our news, we are hosting a donation drive for the
Yeah,
Gulf
yeah,
Coast Humane
yeah.
Society.
You took off of that thing, dude. What's
Yeah.
your deal with you and animals?
I just like animals, but the Gulf Coast Humane Society is a no-kill shelter, so that's
Oh, is that? I didn't know that.
yeah. So they're not putting down animals if they get too packed.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're asking for supplies. We're posting about it every day. Wet food, milk supplements for the
Okay.
puppies and kittens. Cheap blankets that they want.
Yeah.
Slip leashes. That
Yeah. So this week's sponsor, um, we donated our time and everything, uh, to promote this
donation drive.
donation drive. Yeah.
And on the 8th of June, we're going to do the Certified Pet Fest.
Okay.
So details on that are still coming out, but
Okay.
it's going to be from 11 to 1:30. We're going to have some food. We're going to have music, stuff for the dogs.
Nice.
We're going to do some giveaways.
Yeah.
So people got to come out. Maybe a donation should be their ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. So make a donation. Like he said, You can even call the office and say, hey, what can I take? If you're not sure, just call Certified Collision Works, ask for Aaron, and say, hey, I'm interested in what you got going on with the pet drive. Is it a pet drive?
Uh,
Like a
like
pet
yeah,
food and
donation
other
drive.
uh, you know things they need. But yeah, if you can help out, man, just we're trying to help out the Humane Society and the wonderful things they do there. Did you get your dog from there? I mean, you don't you yeah. How'd you get your dog?
Off the street.
Oh, the other guy. Remember, I said, hey, we're
Oh
having
yeah.
a. I was like, hey, I said we're having I said, do you have a dog? And he's like, yep. I said we're having a dog donation. He's like, oh really? He's like, I was like, yeah, donate your dog. He's all what? Anyway, yeah. So check us out the Coastal Humane Society. That's gonna be the drive. It's going on right now at Certified Collision Works. That how long is that gonna be like going on?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. So yeah, plenty of time to go by there and drop that stuff off. What else you got, Aaron?
That's it for the news. We're gonna start talking about hydrogen vehicles now. So last week we talked about natural gas powered vehicles,
Yeah.
and now we're talking about another alternative to gas. Um, Hydrogen vehicles are very similar to electric because they use electric motors. The only thing is they don't have a battery on board. So they have fuel cells, and then they have a tank where you put the hydrogen.
Hmm.
So the hydrogen kind of makes the cell produce energy,
Yeah.
and then that energy goes to the electric motor.
You know what? I bet you that's very similar to like an RV because an RV the refrigerator runs off of propane,
Yeah,
right?
and then they aren't as big as natural gas.
Yeah.
They're basically only in California because
Okay.
California is pushing away from gas, so they want
Yeah.
hydrogen and electric. Um,
I
yeah,
wonder. I
so
wonder if that benefits California, like financial wise. Like, I mean, I guess it doesn't because California's not really like. I wonder if California like is. Um, I wonder what states have the most gas, like availability, like available gas,
yeah, I feel like we would be one of them.
right? Because we're
Texas,
Texas, right? I
yeah.
wonder if that has anything to do with it.
California, I feel like would be low because their gas prices are always like double everywhere
Yeah.
else.
Hey, you know what's you know? Speaking of gas, there's an app. What's that app called?
Um,
The fuel app.
it's like Upside or no, not. Let's see. Um, oh, I had it
But that's something like so. I never pay attention to gas prices.
here. Yeah,
What gas do you put in your vehicle?
the lowest.
The lowest. Okay.
Um, yeah, Upside.
Let me see.
Yeah, so
Look up. What are all the different gases? There's the regular,
so
supreme.
87, 89, and then is it 91 or 90?
That's the percentage, right?
Yes, and then there's actually no 89. It mixes the two. That's how you get it.
What do you mean?
So there's typically the two tanks for the normal gas.
Mhm.
It'll be the lowest one and then the highest one. And then the way they get the
Oh,
one in the
for the
middle,
middle. Yeah.
they'll mix it
Yeah.
when you're pumping.
So the thing with the gas, like the cheapest gas. So that one's like 80. What is it? Check the octane on that. A lot of people don't pay attention to that, like the different in gas.
Yeah, so it'd be 87 octane is 10% ethanol, which is also referred to as E10.
Okay.
So that's the standard. So most vehicles will take 87, but when you open your fuel tank,
Mm.
the cap, there should be a sign in there saying whether it's diesel 87, premium.
Yeah, but so like the thing with the premium though, it's a cleaner. It burns cleaner.
Yeah.
So whenever you put the cheap gas in there, it burns dirty. And so what happens is like okay, you know how back in the day like they had these carbureted cars where like it was like a big carburetor.
Mm-hmm.
Now everything's fuel injected.
Yeah.
Okay, so everything is like a needle, like it's like a very fine mist, right? Okay, so whenever you use like the cheap gas, it creates like almost like you know how calcium does on the pipes.
Yeah. The buildup.
The cheap gas does that to your injectors.
What's crazy is that the like my car, it says put 87,
Mm.
but when I go get service every now and then, they're like, you want to clean your fuel injector, so it's like an upcharge that they're doing.
Yeah, you want yeah, because that cheap gas, dude, it's gonna the Supreme, the higher one actually burns slower. Like it actually lasts longer because the other it doesn't have all the like see what the percentage of the high what's the high one?
I believe it's 90, 91 or 93.
Yeah. That'll help your maintenance in the long run if you're using the better gas.
Yeah, 93. I used to do
But what does it say like as far as like the what's in it?
uh, yeah, so it's either 91 or 93 octane. Um, is it the fuel is more powerful, it can handle compression before it explodes. Um, but it does say some engines are not designed to burn the higher octane.
What kind of engines? What engines are not?
Probably older ones.
Like
Is it?
confused.
It says engine computers will adjust the timing for you. It
Oh, okay,
knows it's
okay.
ejecting at a different rate.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so that's like on the vehicles they have the airflow sensors, right?
Hmm.
And so what the airflow sensor does, like it actually regulates the fuel and the gas, so uh, you have that proper mixture. But running the cheap gas will mess up your car. Like on the long run, if you have a nicer car, you're gonna have it's gonna cost you more money down the road because it's not running as clean. It's probably gonna waste more.
Yeah, but if you have a nicer car, it's probably telling you to put in the 91 or
But still,
93.
people just think the cheaper it's cheaper, but they don't know why it's
Yeah,
cheaper. It's cheaper because it's like what can you compare it to? Like buying like another product,
McDonald's versus a steakhouse burger. Like
uh,
like they're both the same thing, but like the quality is a lot different. Cause have you seen Super Size Me?
no.
That
I think I've seen it. Yeah,
Morgan Spurlock died recently. The director and the one that was doing it, his body took a lot of damage from
but
the.
was it because of McDonald's?
Yes.
That's why he died.
No,
Oh,
he died from cancer.
but when you say like the guy, it makes it seem like McDonald's is responsible.
Yeah.
But so like the cheap gas, like what I kind of compare it to. I mean, it's just it's a watered down. It's a watered down. Okay, it's kind of like buying like let's say if you go buy like a good vodka, alcohol, and you buy a cheap one. It's the same thing. Like it's probably gonna get the job done, but it's not gonna be as like
Yeah.
good. The quality's not gonna be as good.
Mhm.
Same thing.
So you were talking about how clean it burns.
Mhm.
Hydrogen vehicles, they emit water, so they're not putting fumes in the air.
But where the hell do you go for hydrogen though?
California, that's it. There's 59 fueling stations in the U.S.
Yeah.
as
Well,
of 2023, and 58 of them were in California. There's one in Hawaii, and then they plan to put five in the Northeast. But it's
how long that just
you
sounds
can't go
like
outside of
it
California if you
sounds too
have one.
spaceshipy. Like to hydrogen. Like I don't know. I guess if I don't know, dude.
I I mean, it doesn't emit gas, but then
Sounds cool.
when you really think about it, then they got to build all the stations for it.
Yeah,
You're still using fuel cells.
yeah. I don't know. I don't think they're ever gonna make. They're ever gonna compete with like the big oil business.
No, I
Like
don't see it going out. They say they have one in Hawaii, and then they plan 5 in the Northeast, but
yeah.
I don't see it going outside of California.
Yeah. What else we got, man?
That's it for today, actually.
Oh, I want to add to this. Don't forget to collect the other driver's information, insurance information. You're gonna get the name, address, phone number, driver's license plate number, insurance company, policy number, phone number, and look, okay, witnesses and passengers should also you should also attempt to get their information as well and their contact number. Don't skip medical treatment. You know, don't lose accident documentation. Some additional stuff here. So that's it, guys.
Yeah, always keep your documents
Yep.
for this sort of stuff. All right.
Yes, sir.